Yeah, folks, Quilly here, and welcome to some more Let's Play Solasta. We, last episode, went through the introduction for our characters and the little tutorial system they've got going on there, and now we've been unleashed onto the city, and we've got to make our way over to Legacy Council to get our first quest, our first job, our first work here as a little adventuring group, having just recently met. Although, again, as a reminder, Casimir and Cassandra are siblings, at least that's the story that I'm telling for them. We've got Roland, our paladin here, and Quicksave, the mysterious tiefling warlock that we don't know very much about. So, I have done this little starter part before in some tests and some practice, and I went and did the first couple of fights basically in the campaign previously, just to warm up before deciding that, yeah, this was a good one. I was going to go and record, but very soon we're going to get into an area where
this place is magnificent.
It does look lovely, doesn't it? Look at this place. Lots of little people running around. Gorgeous. Let's head on up the stairs. Get our cardio in for the day.
Nice gardens.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Roland. I agree.
I never thought I'd get so close to the embassies.
Look at the size of this council hall.
So this is what they spend our taxes on.
Look! Is that...
The princess. Wait,
Buttercup?
is she leaving?
Apparently so.
Then who will administer the oath?
The maid who empties her chamber pot? No, we're not as important as that. Perhaps a stable boy.
You thought it would be the princess?
You thought, lol. If not her, then who? She doesn't rule the council? Actually, I like that.
Doesn't she lead the council?
No. In this chamber, she's just another delegate. Lady Keene, the council's oathkeeper, is trusted by all.
Lord Karen,
Yes, milady.
are these your new deputies?
They are, milady.
My name is Lyra Keene, Oathkeeper of the Council.
Pipe down!
And I will be administering your vows.
I don't know who she was pipe
Once sworn
downing.
in, you will carry the authority of the Council wherever you go. Your every action
Authority.
will reflect upon the Council's
I like
reputation.
authority.
Remember that. Always. Now, please, raise your right hands. Do you, each and all, solemnly swear your lives and allegiance to this council, and promise to carry forth our mission to protect our alliance from any who would threaten the common good.
I feel like
swear.
a couple of us would be like, wait,
Excellent.
lives? What do you mean lives?
Lord Karen will enter your name into the council's register. Thank you for your service.
Congratulations, deputies.
Wait, that's it?
So submissions is long enough. We're expecting a parade. I kind of keep wanting to hear Quicksave because she's so snarky. You know what?
Were you hoping for a kiss from the princess?
No, I don't know. It just feels a bit anticlimactic.
Oh, I love Casimir too.
Sorry to
already.
disappoint. So, the mission. As I'm sure you know, the council maintains a number of outposts to secure the border between the Principality and the Marches. One of them is the former Imperial Fortress, KLM. It's held by some 50 troops under the command of Captain Henrik. He sends us weekly status reports, or rather, he used to. We haven't heard a word from him in 3 weeks.
That's a long time.
Leave immediately for KLM and find out if anyone there is still alive.
I keep hearing
If Captain
KLM,
Henrik
like
or
the
anyone else
Dutch
is still
Airlines.
breathing, bring him back. The council wants a first-hand report.
You know what? Tell us about Captain Henrik.
What can you tell us about this Captain Henrik?
A fine officer, more than 15 years in the Principality's army. He inspires trust, loyalty, and courage, hence the decision to post him there, facing danger.
Wait, you spoke of the marches?
Wait, these marches, they're not in the Badlands, are they?
The Marches are a no-man's land, between the civilized world and the Badlands. It's outside the chain of mountains that really define the Badlands. We wouldn't send you in there. Yet.
Sounds dangerous.
A whole garrison gone? There are only 4 of us.
Just find out what happened. Run back if you get scared.
Oh,
We
dude.
hear you. Just so you know, we'd like to start slow, meaning more treasure, less danger.
You don't get to choose your mission, I'm afraid. So, gather what you need and go. Time is of the essence.
All right.
Right, I guess that's that. It's on to Kerlem.
Yeah, factions. Yeah, there we go. So we got some factions improved. Excellent. And now we can fast travel. I mean, we could fast travel before we didn't have the waypoints. I've got to say, this map, gorgeous. I love the look of this map. Love that we can see notable NPCs. We got lots of fast travel locations. What? I did not notice that. Yeah, that's over here. There's an angry bush. There's just gonna be some cat hiding in there, gonna bite us. I had not noticed this before. Oh, it's Angry Violet. Okay, yep, that makes sense. Okay. So, our next mission is actually to go back to Gravekeep's Cast because we have enough experience to level up. Yep, you roll level 1 characters, but they're like, no, listen, we're gonna start you off at level 2 because otherwise you're not gonna have any fun. Doo-doo-doo. Hey, Carol.
Hello, adventurers. What can I offer you?
Your beer tastes bad. Yeah, listen, we need a room.
We'd like to stay for the night.
Sure. Just walk up to the suite and settle in.
Sweet.
A suite?
It's more like a large bedroom, really. But you know, this is the capital city.
And you may have noticed there's like the clock in the bottom right corner, so we've got time going on. All right, so we're long resting, which means we can level up. So we're going to do that. Roland goes up to a level 2 paladin, which, we do get to choose a fighting style. That's great. We got our Divine Smite as well. So we're going to be able to expend spell slots to deal bonus damage. We get some spell casting, and yeah, we're going to choose a fighting style. So I do think Roland's mostly going to do stuff with like a two-handed sword, which makes me tempted to take great weapon fighting. But I'm not 100% sure. Like, maybe do we switch to a sword and board setup later on? I'm a little bit on the fence, so I'm thinking about taking defense. And there's nothing wrong with defense. It's pretty good. You know, like theoretically, a bunch of our damage is going to come from smite rather than rolling, you know, just the weapon damage and things. So because I'm not sure what I'm doing long term, I'm going to take defense. But I have to say, like, dueling's good, protection's good, great fighting, weapon fighting, excellent. But I'm going to take this just because it's always going to be good regardless of what we do later on. So we'll go ahead and do that. There is no respecking by default in Solasta, although again, Unfinished Business mod does have an option to include the ability for your characters to respec. So if you do want to be able to change your mind about things, then you've got that as an option. But yeah, I'm going to take the defensive fighting style. Done. Casimir is going to level up. Level 2 wizard. We're going to choose an arcane tradition. Oh yes, I've been talking about the fact that Casimir can wear heavy armor, but not only that, said he'd worked as a war wizard for a little bit for the city, so he's going to go as a court mage. I've got to say, like, the green mage sounds insanely potent, sort of like a druid wizard. The lore master's got some really cool stuff, especially as you continue to level up. By the way, this is something Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't have, is the ability to preview what your character is going to get at higher levels, which is great. Shock Arcanist for just like morph plane damage. We're going to court mage because there's some neat stuff in here, I feel like. I like the counterspell master, which is really good, but also it gives us the protection fighting style and the proficiency with the shield. So we'll be able to wear a shield right away, which is going to be great for armor class. You doing a shield and medium armor? Go on, we're going to be in fantastic shape. We also get to learn a couple more spells. So yeah, I don't need mage armor for this character because we're going to be wearing real good armor. I'm tempted to just grab a couple more of these ritual spells because I don't have to worry about memorizing them and they'll just be available. Longstrider, unlike BG3, is not an all-day thing. It is a 1 hour thing, but it still seems like it's probably pretty good. Expeditious Retreat also seems pretty good. 10-minute duration. It's only on self, but lets you do dashes as a bonus action for a while. I mean, it's really good. There's lots of great stuff. Protection versus evil and good's got some potential. Sleep's not a fixed hit points, but I mean, typically in D&D games, sleep or colored spray are really good options early on. I think I'm just going to go comprehend languages, detect magic, just because I'll have them as ritual spells and I'll feel pretty good about that. And my base memorizations are already currently okay. That's the thing. It's like these new spells are good, but I'm not sure what I would unmemorize to pick them up. Cassandra, level 2 ranger. So this is where we're going to pick her fighting style, and we are going to make her an archery specialist. Although two-weapon fighting is quite good from what I understand in Solasta, I want her to play as an archer, so we're going to do it that way. And that's one of the things in this party is we really only have one frontliner, which I often like to have two because two tends to be really good at clogging up people in the front, but we'll make do where we can. We're going to get Goodberry because food is very important in overland travel, and Goodberry does provide food for you, so we're going to do that. I'll probably pick Hunter's Mark so that we have the ability to mark people to do the bonus damage. It works just like the Warlock's Hex, or as they call it in this game, Malevolence. So I'll grab that as well, and I think that's okay. But there's a few good options here. In particular, since we don't have a Cleric, Cure Wounds has some potential, although we can also just eat good berries to heal outside of combat as well. Anyway, I think that's a fairly good combo. And then quick save here. You're going to level up as well. Get Pact Magic. And then we are going to take 2 invocations. I think we'll do the fairly standard thing where we go ahead and pick Agonizing Blast, which lets us add our Charisma modifier to the damage, as well as Repelling Blast, so we've got some knockback abilities to shove some enemies around the battlefield, maybe knock them off cliffs and things, so that seems like a pretty good idea. And then we are also going to be picking up a spell. We've already got Malediction, which is our Hex spell. Pick Protection versus Good and Evil, which gives us an alternative concentration that we can throw in. I think I might pick up Magic Missile just because it is so convenient to finish off enemies. I mean, obviously, we're a Warlock. We're going to be playing very heavily on Eldritch Blast, but the guaranteed damage of Magic Missile is kind of a nice finishing move. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn because Expeditious Retreat and Long Strider is pretty good. I often like Hellish Rebuke because it's done as a reaction. It's not even on your turn, and you do some free damage. You know, I have a Wizard with Magic Missile already. You don't need it. Maybe I just pick this up. Sure, go on. All right. Everything's done. We can change our prepared spells for the day as well. We should probably look at that. My Paladin, I am going to be very interested in maintaining Bless as a concentration if I'm going to cast some spells. Of course, if I was using a Sword and Shield, then I wouldn't be able to cast Bless, I believe, because it does have a somatic component. That's what the S is over there. You can tweak the difficulty that you're playing on if you don't want to deal with those sorts of aspects. And in nothing else, as a Paladin, my spell slots will probably often go towards Smites as well, but I like the idea of this. Because we don't have a healer, I'm wondering about a Cure Wounds, although I do have, of course, Lay on Hands. Shield of Faith is good. It's another concentration spell, but I might want that as an option. It's also castable as a bonus action, which is kind of handy. Cure on Wounds. It's another concentration spell here, Divine Favor. It is a bonus action, but, you know, I don't think I want to overwhelm myself. I don't want to have like 3 concentration spells, and both these are bonus actions already. We could grab something that might be useful. I don't know how useful Detect Good and Evil is, actually. We already have someone who can do Detect Magic. I mean, Protection versus Good and Evil is actually quite potent, although we've already got one person who can cast it. I think I gave this to our Warlock. So that's another concentration spell. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm as concerned with the last one. Maybe I'll take Divine Favor just in case, you know what? There's a fight we really want to be able to deal more radiant damage, so I'll pick that up. So obviously there's overlap. We can only run one of these 3 in any given combat, but we got some flexibility in what we choose, and that's going to be fine. I'm not going to stress too much, and if I get too disappointed with my choices, I'll throw in unfinished business to respec if nothing else. Hopefully I can add it to an existing campaign. Anyway, we've rested, we've leveled up, that's great. We look at our quest log over here. We need to buy some food for the journey. We don't actually, because we're going to have access to good berries. Although we're going to want some food on days when we've used up all our spell class doing something else. So we are being directed, I believe, to Rum Iron Soot over here, who's going to sell us some resources. Yeah, I'm trying to go through this first bit relatively quickly, if we can.
Welcome to Gorim's Emporium.
What do you sell? Or, hey, are you Gorim?
Are you Gorim?
That's me, the one and only.
What do you sell?
What do you have to sell?
Everything you'll need for going out there into the Badlands. Food, ropes, torches, and of course, armor and weapons. I also have some other stock like remedies and antitoxins. That can come in handy. Ever heard of deep spiders?
No, and I wish I still hadn't. All right, can we see your wares? So we have 60 gold party wealth. We do have to buy 4 rations just to advance the quest, which will cost us 8. And if we were to look at just the armor, we can buy some Scale Mail, which I think is the best medium armor in the game, right? Right, Breastplate is also AC 14, which doesn't give you stealth disadvantage, which is nice. Well, Half Plate is medium armor, but you can see it's way too expensive, so we're not going to do that. We got the chain shirt at AC 13. So we could consider buying the Scale Mail for Casimir or Quick Save. We can only afford for 1 right now, or we could just wait. I guess I should probably buy 1. Quick Save has more hit points, so I think I might buy it for Cass here. All right. I think I can even... oh, no. Change my equipment in this view. There you go. Ooh, I gotta say, that looks pretty good on you, Cass. Dang, dude. All right. Can I sell the old clothes? Especially since I have a backup commoner's clothes, right? Like, maybe I want to keep some clothing around, but I don't need both. One thing you can do is, instead of talking to the merchant, you can click on the shop itself, once you've talked to them, I think, one time, to... Oh, never mind, you're getting an unrelated cutscene.
A word, if you please.
So famous already. I love it.
You were in there too. Are you a member of the council?
How do I like Quick Save so
I'm Annie
much?
Bagmorder, quartermaster of the
My own
Scavengers
character.
Guild. We don't have a seat in there, but they all know exploring the Badlands without us would be a bad idea. That's why you should stop by our headquarters downtown. You'll need our services, I'm sure.
Is that compulsory?
No. But you'll find our services useful. Everyone does. Did Lord Karen not tell you?
No, he pretty much stuck to giving orders.
Oh, right. Anyway, we offer plenty of help and advice to beginners like you.
We are grown-ups, you know. At least most of us are.
Of course you are. Well, good luck.
Again, I'm not going to say that dialogue and the writing is Baldur's Gate 3 level, but it's probably better than Starfield.
Lady or something.
They're tough, these scavengers. Fearless. The scavengers. They've seen so much already. The first explorers of the ancient empire. So what do you think? Should we check out their headquarters? It's not far, but...
I've had enough talking. Let's go kill some monsters.
All right,
If there's
she continues to be my
done,
favorite.
we can't afford not to.
Continues to be my favorite. Anyway, I was going to say, you can click on the shop here and get the tutorial for it. Thank you. You can click on the shop, and when you no longer get interrupted by mandatory cutscenes or tutorials, you can get into it and save yourself a couple of clicks, which is great. So yeah, I'm just going to sell the old clothes here for a whole $1. Excellent. But we may as well. Right, let's go talk to the scavengers here. This is actually a really, really cool mechanic that I'm very hyped for, and more games should have, because I am lazy and I love it. You'll see what I mean in a second.
Ah, you came.
You piqued our curiosity. So, what exactly do you have to offer?
You don't know?
What, do you sell healing potions or something?
Do you sell healing potions?
No, we don't. There's a shop for that.
All right, so what do you do?
What kind of help do you offer to people like us?
Simple. Now, people like you typically carry out missions for the Council. In the Marches, even in the Badlands. Sometimes far away, like Captain Merrin.
Who's Captain Merrin?
You really must be new. She's one of yours. Senior Deputy of the Council. Anyway, you trek out to some old ruin in the Badlands, kill a bunch of orcs. Well, you're still a bit green, so let's say goblins.
Ouch, you're hurting our feelings.
Oh my god.
Orcs will hurt much more than your feelings, believe me. And stop interrupting, it's rude. So let's say you find yourself with a whole load of rusty swords, leather armor, shields, too much for you to lug back here.
Oh, so we're puny as well as green. Thanks so much.
Give Quick
So
Save
instead,
all the dialogue, because she's the
brave
best.
heroes just clear the place of monsters and draw us a nice clean map. Then we take our carts and pick up every piece of junk. We bring it back, we sell it, and we split the profits with you. We move the stuff, you go off to kill more bad things. Everybody wins.
For a percentage, of course.
What? You could never carry it all anyway. Not in your little backpacks.
Yeah, so it's a
Well,
great
thank
mechanic.
you.
It means
I
we
guess
don't
that's
have
it
to
for
worry
us.
about looting every piece of kit as
Fine.
we go and getting over encumbered.
Feel free to visit us any time. Or drop into
when
any
we get back
scavenger
to town
camp.
after clearing a
Are there
dungeon,
others?
just all the
Anywhere
stuff will
we can
get picked
settle.
up for
By
us
the way, if you find Captain Henrik,
and get
tell him we're
automatically
still
sold. We can
interested.
buy back anything else
In
well
what?
that we're like, hold on, I really
getting our
want to keep
people
this
to
thing.
Kerlem. The outpost is perfect for us. Close to the Badlands, with plenty of space for our camp.
Right. We'll tell him if we find him.
That would be appreciated.
Now, I haven't actually
more
done
you
it
do
yet
for
because I
us,
haven't completed a mission
the
yet.
more
in
we
game.
do for you.
But that's how I understand it works.
Oh, so this business relationship can get better.
And I hope it
In
will,
light, there's so much
friend.
dialogue here.
I guess we'll see you around then.
Sure. Good luck out there. And don't forget, in the Badlands, always keep your eyes open.
So really, all we need to do is loot the things we want to actively use on this, on immediately on the mission that we're currently on. From my understanding, from some Googling, the price we get from the Scavengers auto-selling things is equivalent to the price that we would get selling it to, like, the best buyer we can find, which is really helpful. Let's come over here. This is just looting this container. Chuka. Get ourselves a Dragon's Den advertisement and an unfinished biography. Now, I'm not going to read these out loud because they're not that long. There were only a handful of brave explorers, the first ever since the fall, to cross the mountains to the old empire. Their names, Kay, Annie, Betty, Arwen, Swen, Rihanna, and Hector. Together, they were stronger than all the monsters of the Badlands. Long before the Copperhead Road was found, they knew the paths and tunnels from Masgarth to Manacalon. They brought back an old book with teachings of how to enchant primed weapons and sold it to a dwarf lord of the Gormstudir clan. This was the start of it all. Soon all eyes turned to the Badlands. The thirst for the forgotten secrets of the old empire was growing. The rest is scribbled. And Dragon's Den advertisement. Oh yeah, this was the one that was like much longer. So I'm not going to read this one out. You can pause. And you can pause. And there we go. There's another chest over here that can be lockpicked, and if you do have multiple characters selected, the game does automatically use the best lockpicker to do it for you. Very convenient. I like that a lot. And then here we have our party chest. This is our stash where we can keep things that we want to keep between adventures, I should say, and just stockpile things in there, which is awfully nifty. I don't know if there's some things maybe I should be dumping in there right now. Maybe I should drop some of the craftables. I mean, I assume they're not very heavy. Yeah, literally 0 weight on the Angry Violet, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, with that, I mean, we can go and talk to more vendors and things and see this and that. I just want to get out into the world. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to move out this way. And I guess what I'll do, it makes sense, I'd say, to put a cut right in here. Before we leave town, before we start traveling overland, we're going to go and do that. So next episode, the adventure actually begins. Folks, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you're as excited as I am to continue this story, and I'll see you next time.